As the bluebird sings, so is the start of spring. Time to heal the wounds of winter. And this winter has been particularly mild. Now I know a lot of you are probably saying, boy, isn't that great? A really nice mild winter. Everything is warm, there's no snow to shovel. But the truth is, what happens when it stays warmer for longer is these fields that these farmers are creating their agriculture in, they stay open for longer. Now the corn is being harvested in November and in December, where it normally would be in early October. And because of that, these fields don't have time to heal in these winter months. And because it's getting warmer sooner, these fields are already full of seeds, already sprouting some seedlings, and a new season begins. We're seeing a tremendous amount of dumping, and there's a lot to be said about the human aspect of it, and that's pretty clear and obvious, but I think it's an interesting subject when it interacts with the natural environment, and you have to assume the lack of deer, the lack of coyotes. There's supposed to be black bear in this area, a lot of fowl. You have to assume that because of all this dumping, the wildlife is negatively affected. And that's something that I've been kind of enamored with since kind of working on this mini project, is seeing how all of this human trash, the things that people don't want and can't be bothered to take it to the dump 2 miles away for a very small fee, they just take it out here and they throw it all about because it's easier and they're lazy. And like I said, there's obvious connections to the human side, and speaking about how, well, in particular, Americans are very, very lazy. But I find it really, really fascinating that the wildlife, I feel, has been impacted here. And it's always strange to see something so normal and mundane in the middle of this pristine landscape.
I just hunt crows. I'm old. I can't march around too much. These crows are the #1 killer of songbirds. You ever see little birds chasing these crows?
Yeah.
That's because their crows are going into the nest and trying to eat the eggs and the young birds.
Wow.
And ducks too. They're big on killing duck egg. Killing the ducks and the baby ducks. So they're a very destructive bird.
So we've seen a lot of dead crows around here. There's good reason for it. There's a lot of people hunting dead crows. And even though I think a lot of the wildlife in this area has been affected by dumping and littering, and obviously the environmental changes that are going on, these dead crows are not attributed to that, but more so as a way to check the population. I guess these crows have a large impact on a lot of other species out here that lay eggs. They tend to just wreak havoc. And there's a couple of hunters out here that are trying to keep the population in order. And though I don't really agree with hunting, I don't really like the idea of killing an animal just for fun. In this sense, I can at least understand it. I may not agree with it, but I do understand it, and I think that kind of goes a long way in trying to bridge the gap between at least individuals' morals, is to figure out where we kind of have a common ground, and I think that's important. I've decided to name this The Wounds of Winter. I kind of just said it earlier, and it did kind of sound poetic, and that wasn't intentional. But I like that as a title for this video, and I know this isn't really normally what I do. This is mostly sort of like a video essay on climate change and human interaction with it. But I think it's worth telling in a video, and I would like to make this into a zine. I think later this year I'm going to start to put these things together, and I'll let you guys know when that becomes available. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're well wherever you are, and if you can, do something good and make a change. And if everybody makes a little change, maybe something good will happen. See you guys on the next one. Bye.